The first thing we're going to learn is about 셈치다. It's originally 셈을 치다, but no one says that. What 셈치다 means is to assume something. By that I mean to think something is a certain way, whether it is or it isn't. So you can also think of it as meaning to figure. Like I figured something was a certain way. This is what the form means in English, but this is not the best way to translate assume into Korean. If you want to say assume in Korean, normally, you'll want to use 가정하다. Another way that you can think of 셈치다 is as to pretend. I don't mean pretending to act like something. I don't mean like you're pretending you're sick. This means pretend as in thinking something. Like, let's just pretend that you're good at Korean. Ooh. Like, it's suggesting something to the other person. So really, all of these just mean assume. Or you might even say in English, let's just say that. Let's just say that you won, okay? Let's just say that you won, right? Even though you lost, it doesn't matter. Let's assume that you won. If you use this form with the 자 ending, for let's, you could translate this as, let's just say that, but the literal meaning is assume. 셈 comes from the Korean word 세다. 세다 means to count. So 셈 is the nominalized form of the verb 세다, to count. And it means counting or calculation. 치다, which is a different verb, it just means like to accept something, like to accept that something is true. So how do we use this 셈치다? You take an action verb and you change it into an adjective. In the present tense, you'll be taking an action verb stem and attaching 는. So 하다, to do, would become 하는. And in the past tense, you would take an action verb stem and attach 은 or a nian, depending on that verb stem. If you're doing past tense 하다, you'd become 한. Or if you're taking 먹다, to eat, you would get 먹은, 셈치다. And then you'll conjugate this. This is not used with future tense. Let's do our first example sentence. 이번은 네가 이긴 셈치다. Let's assume you won this time. Or, more naturally, okay, let's just say you won this time. Or, if you want, you could say, let's just assume that I won. 이번은 내가 이긴 셈치다. Let's just assume that I won. Let's just accept that, okay? 너무 배가 불러서 이건 못 먹겠다. I'm so full. So, this thing, I cannot eat it. I can't eat this because I'm so full. 먹은 셈 칠게. I'm so full I can't eat this, even though you gave it to me, right? Thank you so much for giving this to me. But I'm so full I can't eat it. I'll just say that I ate it, okay? I'll assume that I ate it. I'll pretend that I ate it. Past tense. 먹은 셈 칠게. 먹은 셈 칠게. I'm just going to say that I ate it, okay? I'm going to pretend that I already ate this. I'm just so full I can't eat anymore. 너무 배가 불러서 이건 못 먹겠다. 먹은 셈 칠게. I'm just going to pretend that I ate this, okay? 너무 바쁘니까 이건 다 한 셈 치고 다음 일을 하자. Our pronoun here is probably going to be we in English. So let's just do the next work. Let's just do the next thing we have to do. Because we are so busy, let's just say we did all of this and let's go on to the next job. We're so busy, or I'm so busy, so let's just say we finished all of this and do the next job. 너무 바쁘니까 이건 다 한 셈 치고 다음 일을 하자. So let's just say we're done with this one, okay? And let's move on. We're so busy. We don't have time to do it. Let's just say it's finished and go on to the next thing. If you're going out to eat with a friend, you just want to treat them. You pay the whole thing. You give the cashier all the money and you pay for it. And your friend's getting ready to take out their wallet. They take out their cash. You say, 받은 셈 칠게. I'll just say that I got it. 받은 셈 칠게. 너도. So just leave it. Put it back. I got you. Put it back. 받은 셈 칠게. I'll just pretend I got it, okay? 너도. Put it in. Put it back in your wallet. Put it back in your wallet. Now, I'll just say that I got it, okay? 받은 셈 칠게. 너도. Let's talk about 치다 by itself. There are two things we need to learn. The first thing is 치고 or 치고는, also written as 치곤 if it's 치고는. What this means is for being a noun. So the way it works is you take a noun and you attach 치고. And then optionally you can attach 는 or just a nian. So noun, 치고, means for a noun, something is out of the ordinary. So you're saying that something is out of the ordinary for being that noun. 미국 사람 치고는 한국어를 잘 가르치시네요. For an American, you can teach Korean well. 미국 사람 치고는 한국어를 잘 가르치시네요. You teach Korean well for an American. Let's go on to our super form for today. This form is similar to 셈치다, but more common, and that is 치다. To make it, you take the quoting form, and then you conjugate 치다 however you want. Let's just take 하다. Well, now we have 한다고 치다, or past tense. 했다고 치다. This is not only action verbs. This can be any verb you want. And this has the same meaning as 셈치다 when it's being used to mean assuming, pretending that something, to suppose something, to figure something. Let's just say that something, although the grammar to use it is different. And you can even use this with a noun. You can just attach 이다. Let's give you an example. 그냥 그렇다고 쳐. Just assume it is. Let's just say it is. Just say that it is that way. 그냥 그렇다고 쳐. Let's just say it is that way. 만난 적 없다고 치고. Assume we've never met. 치고 and 만난 적 없다고 치고. Let's assume we've never met before and 다시 시작하자. Let's start again. Let's just pretend we've never met before and let's just start again. 만난 적 없다고 치고 다시 시작하자. Let's just start again like we've never met before. This next form we're going to do is the most common. Most of the time, this will be at the beginning of a sentence. 속다 in the present tense. So 속다 means to be fooled or to be tricked, to be deceived. So literally what you get is assuming that I'm being tricked, assuming that I'm being deceived. So I'm just accepting that I'm being tricked. There are a lot of ways you can translate this in English that are natural. These are the most common ways I've seen this translated. Take a risk and do something. To have nothing to lose, so let's just do something. To give someone the benefit of the doubt. To just assume you're being tricked and just do it anyway. Just take a leap of faith. Just think, okay, you're wrong, but let's just do it. Doing something anyway. So let's do an example. 속는 셈치고 써봤는데 효과가 너무 좋네요. I took a risk and 써봤는데 and I tried it. I tried using it. But 효과가 너무 좋네요. It has a really good effect. It works really well. I just took a risk and tried it out and it works really well. 속는 셈치고 써봤는데 효과가 너무 좋네요. 속는 셈치고 한번 먹어봐. Just humor me and try it, okay? Take a risk and try it. Take a leap of faith and just try it, okay? 속는 셈치고 한번 먹어봐. 속는 셈치고 투자했는데 대박 성공했어요. I took a gamble and I made an investment and was super successful. So I took a gamble and made an investment and was super successful. 속는 셈치고 한 번만 더 믿어주세요. Give me the benefit of the doubt and trust me one more time, please. 속는 셈치고 한 번만 더 믿어주세요. So let's go on to our last form for today. 셈이다. So literally, it is the calculation that, and now this 이다 at the end will be conjugated however you want. So this could be 이지, 이에요, 이죠. This is more like, I would say that, or you could say that, or it's more or less that, or it's almost as though. This has a similar meaning to saying something something 와 or 과 마찬가지다. 마찬가지 means the same thing. So literally it is the same thing as something. This form means the same thing. You're saying the calculation is that. Like it would seem so. I would say that it's more or less that, judging by whatever I calculated that based on. It is that. It's almost as if this. That's the meaning you get. So let's give you an example sentence. 그런 셈. It is so. 그런 셈이지. 그런 셈이지. You could say that. Yeah, it's practically that. It is. Yeah, you could say that. 그런 셈이지. 할인을 받고 나면, once you've gotten a discount, if you get one, 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. It is 500 won per bottle. It's practically, or it's more or less, it's almost as though it's 500 won a bottle after you get a discount. Or you could say that it's 500 won per bottle after you get a discount. 할인을 받고 나면, once you've gotten your discount, 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. It's practically only 50 cents a bottle once you get the discount. 할인을 받고 나면 한 병에 500원인 셈이에요. 결국 저 혼자 다 한 셈이지만 괜찮아요. In the end, ultimately, I practically, more or less, did it all by myself. 혼자 다 한 셈이지만, but it's okay. 결국 저 혼자 다 한 셈이지만 괜찮아요. It seems like I've done it all myself in the end, but that's okay. 눈 가리고 아웅하는 셈이에요. It's almost as though you're just ignoring everything. You're just putting your head in the sand and ignoring everything. 눈 가리고 아웅하는 셈이에요. All you're doing is just ignoring everything. 눈 가리고 아웅하는 셈이에요. The other one is also 셈이다, but it's different. You take an action verb stem and you make it into the future tense adjective form by attaching 을 if it ends in a consonant or attaching just a 릴 if it ends in a vowel. So if you have 하다, you get 할. If you have 먹다, you get 먹을. And then you finish it again with 이다. This one has a completely different meaning. 할 셈이다. It is my calculation that 할 will do something. It means to plan to do something or to intend to. And I've got one sentence for you. 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? Are you really intending to go there again? 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? Do you really intend to go there again? 정말 거길 또 갈 셈이야? That is the end of the lesson today. I will see you guys again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.